In 2026, anxiety has become one of the most common human experiences. The constant ping of notifications, the pressure to perform, the uncertainty of the economy, the endless comparison on social media, and the rapid pace of change leave many people feeling overwhelmed, restless, and mentally exhausted. You wake up already carrying the weight of yesterday's worries and tomorrow's uncertainties. Your mind races through what-ifs, worst-case scenarios, and things you cannot control. If you are watching this right now, there is a very good chance that anxiety is stealing your peace and limiting your ability to live fully. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are simply living in a world that is designed to keep your nervous system activated. The good news is that nearly 2,000 years ago, the Roman philosopher Seneca faced similar pressures: political intrigue, exile, immense wealth followed by loss, and the constant threat of death under Emperor Nero, and developed practical techniques that remain remarkably effective today. In this video, we are going to explore 5 powerful Stoic techniques from Seneca to master overwhelm and modern stress. These are not quick fixes or shallow positivity. These are deep, practical tools that address the root causes of anxiety and help you build lasting inner calm. By the end of this video, you will have a clear framework you can start using immediately to reduce anxiety and reclaim your peace. Let us begin by understanding why anxiety feels so overwhelming in our time, and why Seneca's wisdom is especially relevant right now. Seneca lived in one of the most turbulent periods of Roman history. He rose to great wealth and power, only to be exiled, then recalled, and finally ordered to take his own life. Through all of this, he studied and taught how to maintain inner tranquility amid external chaos. He understood anxiety deeply because he experienced it himself. In his letters and essays, Seneca described anxiety as a form of mental restlessness caused by our inability to accept the present moment and our tendency to project fear into the future. He wrote that we suffer more in imagination than in reality. This single insight remains one of the most important keys to managing modern anxiety. Today, our imagination is constantly fed by news cycles, social media, financial uncertainty, and global events. The mind creates vivid worst-case scenarios and treats them as if they are already happening. This creates a state of chronic low-grade stress that exhausts us. Seneca's solution was not to eliminate all stress, which is impossible, but to change our relationship with it. He taught that anxiety loses its power when we stop fighting reality and start responding with wisdom, acceptance, and disciplined thinking. The 5 techniques we will cover in this video are drawn directly from Seneca's writings. They are practical, timeless, and especially useful in 2026 when distractions and uncertainties are at an all-time high. These techniques will help you quiet the mental noise, reduce overwhelm, and build a steady inner calm that external events cannot easily shake. The first Stoic technique from Seneca to master anxiety is Premeditatio Malorum, the premeditation of evils. Instead of letting your mind surprise you with sudden fears and worst-case scenarios throughout the day, you deliberately sit down once a day and mentally rehearse potential challenges. You imagine the difficult conversation, the financial setback, the health concern, or the rejection, and you decide in advance how you will respond with calm and virtue. Seneca advised this practice because he knew that when we face hardship unprepared, anxiety spikes dramatically. When we have already faced it in our imagination, the emotional shock is greatly reduced. In modern terms, this is similar to mental rehearsal used by athletes and performers. You remove the element of surprise and train your mind to respond from strength rather than fear. Start small. Spend 5 minutes each morning visualizing one realistic challenge you might face that day and script a calm, wise response. Over time, this practice rewires your nervous system. Anxiety loses its power because the mind no longer treats every uncertainty as a sudden threat. You become someone who faces life's difficulties with quiet preparation and inner steadiness. This single technique alone can dramatically lower your baseline anxiety level if practiced consistently. The second technique is the practice of acceptance and Amor Fati. Seneca taught that much of our anxiety comes from resisting reality. We argue with what has already happened or fear what might happen. Amor Fati invites us to stop fighting what is and to begin loving our fate instead. This does not mean you become passive or stop taking action. It means you meet whatever life brings with the attitude, "This is happening, and I will find a way to respond with wisdom." When you practice acceptance, you remove the second layer of suffering, the resistance to the anxiety itself. You feel the emotion without adding fuel to it through endless mental arguments. Seneca faced exile, loss of wealth, and eventual forced suicide, yet he maintained remarkable calm because he had practiced accepting what he could not change. In your daily life, the next time anxiety arises, pause and say internally, "Amor Fati. This is my current reality. How can I meet it with strength?" This small shift creates immediate space between you and the anxious thought. It prevents the spiral and brings you back to the present moment where you can take constructive action. Over weeks and months, this practice builds deep emotional resilience. The third technique is to focus only on what is up to you, the dichotomy of control. Seneca repeatedly emphasized that we become anxious when we try to control things outside our power. Other people's opinions, the economy, traffic, the weather, and many outcomes are not up to us. What is up to us is our judgments, our efforts, our responses, and our character. When you clearly separate these two categories, anxiety naturally decreases because you stop wasting energy on the uncontrollable. In 2026, with constant news and social media feeding our minds with things we cannot control, this practice is essential. Every time you feel anxiety rising, ask yourself, "Is this truly up to me?" If the answer is no, consciously release it and redirect your attention to what is within your power, your next small action, your attitude, your breathing. This simple mental move creates immediate relief and prevents the mind from spiraling. Seneca lived this principle during some of the most uncertain times in Roman history. He could not control Nero's decisions, but he could control his own responses. You have the same power today. Mastering this distinction is one of the fastest ways to reduce overwhelm and modern stress. The fourth technique is daily reflection and journaling, a practice Seneca strongly recommended. At the end of each day, take a few quiet minutes to review what happened. Ask yourself honest but compassionate questions. Where did anxiety arise today? What triggered it? How did I respond? What could I do differently tomorrow? This reflection is not self-criticism. It is gentle self-examination that brings awareness and learning. By reviewing your day calmly, you prevent anxious thoughts from compounding overnight and turning into rumination. Seneca wrote many of his most insightful letters as a form of reflection. You can do the same with short daily notes. Over time, this practice builds self-awareness and helps you catch anxiety patterns before they escalate. It also creates a sense of progress and control, which naturally reduces feelings of overwhelm. The fifth and final technique from Seneca is the cultivation of gratitude and presence. Anxiety thrives in the future and the past. Seneca taught that by focusing on the present moment and practicing gratitude for what we still have, we weaken anxiety's grip. Each day, take time to notice simple things: your ability to breathe, a warm meal, the support of even one person, the fact that you are still here trying. This does not deny difficulties. It simply refuses to let difficulties be the only story. When combined with the other techniques, gratitude becomes a powerful anchor that keeps you steady amid stress. Seneca faced immense losses yet continued to express gratitude for philosophy, friendship, and the opportunity to learn. You can cultivate the same mindset. The next time anxiety rises, pause and name 3 things you are grateful for in this moment. This small act shifts your nervous system from threat mode to a calmer state. To help you apply these 5 techniques, here is a practical 30-day challenge. For the first 10 days, focus on Premeditatio Malorum and the Dichotomy of Control. For the next 10 days, add Amor Fati and daily reflection. For the final 10 days, integrate all 5 techniques with gratitude practice. Keep a short daily note recording what you practiced and what shifted in your anxiety levels. At the end of 30 days, you will have built a strong foundation for managing overwhelm and modern stress using Seneca's wisdom. Anxiety may still arise, but you will have clear tools to meet it with calm and wisdom. Seneca's techniques do not promise a life without stress. They promise a life where stress no longer controls you. You can feel the emotion without being consumed by it. You can act wisely even when the mind wants to spiral. This is the Stoic path to inner peace. Thank you for watching this video. If Seneca's techniques for mastering anxiety resonated with you, please hit the like button. Subscribe to Rise as a Stoic and turn on notifications for more practical Stoic lessons on mental strength and emotional mastery. In the comments, share which of the 5 techniques you are going to try first. I read every comment, and I am rooting for your growth. In the next video, we will explore how to stop procrastinating forever using Stoic habits. Until then, remember, you suffer more in imagination than in reality. Bring your mind back to the present. Stay calm, stay strong, and keep rising. I will see you in the next lesson.